We're here, Barber, same different day. Perfect. Yeah, we're here at Barber, round 2, MotoAmerica Superbike. I'm excited. Everybody loves this track. It's a beautiful place to be. We'll look like maybe get a little rain this weekend, but it's always a good track for this Yamaha. And like we saw at the first round in Atlanta, I think it's going to be a dogfight at the front. So I'm looking forward to it. Ready to have some fun.
You know, back in Bama, like you said, this is by far my favorite track in the world. So yeah, nothing but good vibes coming into this place. It's been pretty good to me in the past. So yeah, just looking to bounce back after a bad first weekend. Just hopefully the weather stays away, gives us a few dry races and let the boys go at it.
It's going to be tough though, man. I know Cam P is really good here. He's been really fast here the last couple of years, winning the last race of the year last year, and then obviously Jake and Maddie's rolls around here really good. And same with Josh, my teammate PJ, put it on the box here. So yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. This has always been a track for me that I feel like we've done well at. You know, if we're able to do what we did in Atlanta, I'll be stoked to have some good Superbike races. Obviously, you know, we saw who's going to be there at the front in Atlanta, and hopefully we got the same kind of fight like we did there. I'd be stoked about that, and yeah, hopefully this time we come away with a win.
All right, here we go. It is time for Supersport qualifying, making their way out on track. Couple of big stories in this one. The biggest one might be that Squid Hunter, Josh Hayes, that team have made a big investment, have a new hauler. They are here for the entire season. The guy who comes in here after a fabulous weekend of road in Atlanta, Javi Flores, is and a guy that we're going to be keeping an eye on too, as is Tyler Scott is hooked up here this weekend, folks. And certainly in this session, he's just looking really stout. This kid is for real.
Seeing a lot of crashes there, and it's easy to do. And it's one of those corners that you can make up a lot of speed through there because you're going to do it so fast.
Yeah, qualifying was good for us. We did a few changes from P1 to Q1. We did a little suspension changes and a little gearing change, and I think it worked in our favor. To be honest, we were pretty much out there testing a little bit for the outcome of the race. We were testing tires and longevity of the tires, and the harder tire kind of provided me a good lap time, you know. I'm happy with the lap time. The Tyler's boys are working over here hard trying to get the bike ready, and hopefully the rain don't come and we can go a little bit faster tomorrow morning.
Well, from this morning we changed the gearing, trying to understand if it was better or not, and we did a small mistake. It was worse than this morning, so we had to stop in the middle of the session to change again the gearing. It took like 10 minutes to change it, so I didn't stay that much on the track. But when I came back to the track, the feeling was okay. I was riding quite fast, and even if I am still 0.8, 0.9 far from Tyler Scott, I am still trying to understand the layout of the track as much as I can. But for sure, for the race, it's going to be much different.
Yeah, and practice, the first practice felt really good on the bike all day since we got here. The first lap felt really good. Between practice and the first qualifying, we made slight engine braking adjustments and some chassis adjustments, and went out and went 0.8 faster than anyone else. So provisional P1 for tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't rain for that 37 lap extended race, which should be really cool, a new addition to the MotoAmerica series this year in Supersport, and then I think we have one in Laguna too. So It should be interesting to see how it plays out, especially with the mixed conditions tomorrow and maybe a wet qualifying and wet race.
We're down in the pit lane right now. A couple of the leading protagonists, including this guy here, the number 45 of Cameron Peterson.
He just let everybody know right away, I'm back for real, folks.
Of course, that defending champion, Jake Gagne, and he just seems to be so at one with that machine, doesn't he?
Pretty good. We tried the harder compound R5 tires, try to see if we could get that to work for us. Like I said, the softer ones are tearing up, managed to get the pace a little better, tried a different traction control setting to try and save the tire a little bit more. Yeah, put a soft one in, managed a 22.9, pretty happy there, and then kind of got bogged down with my qualifying lap, which kind of sucks a little bit, but I'm happy to be starting in third place on the front row. And yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be who can hold on to the tire the longest for the race. So just looking forward to it and looking at getting sketchy in the last couple of laps.
We did a lot of work on the harder compound tyre, so you know our times weren't always right at the top, but when we put the softer in, we were always right there.
Tires, man, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the weather, track temp being a little cooler, but we've never really had to like deal with this and think about it this much. But yeah, I think it's on everybody's minds what tire we're going to use, and it's tough because the harder compound doesn't quite have the one lap speed, and it might last a little bit longer. Yeah, felt good. You know, we made some big changes on the bike. Yesterday was a bit of a struggle, but bike feels the same as what it did last year now. You know, we've kind of gone that direction, and yeah, it felt good this morning. So race should be exciting.
The bikes have been good out of the box. We made some changes from Atlanta to make them turn a little better for this track, and that was about it. Just keep tuning them up, and obviously we qualified 1-2, so we're pretty happy with that. The tires are a big question mark right now. The R3, we did a run with Jake. It's not, I don't think it's going to go the distance with maybe somebody in the paddock can make it go, so I think that the only real choice is probably going to be the R5 for everyone.
It's interesting, the rain's been pushed back all day, and right when we start this interview, it starts spitting. And the twins are out there right now, so yeah, we got a couple hours till race time. Anything can happen, rain or shine. I mean, it's the same for everyone.
The stage is set for some great racing. And you know, Beaubier had the track record here at Barber at a 122.6, and last year, Gagne shattered it at a 122.0.
You never count any of these guys out.
I've always done better in the underdog role.
Going to be who can manage the tire the best.
Medallia Superbike race number 1. And we're away. Nice move by Matthew Skoltz to take over third spot. Checker flag awaits. Jake Gagne takes another victory. His
1, 2, 3. How about ya? Let's go. Needed that.
This is an hour-and-a-half broadcast for us because this race is going to last somewhere in the neighborhood of about 55 minutes or so. Your championship leader, of course, with 2 race wins, is the Spaniard Xavi Forés, who comes to the U.S. and put his stamp on it early.
And I think we're set up really well for this 37-lap short endurance race.
Pitches around and more away racing. Slightly to say, look, we get to the completion of lap number 3. He tried anyway, yep, and he gets the second spot. So the Warhorse HSBK Racing Ducati rider from Spain on the Panigale V2 will take over the second spot.
This is where you got to be starting to get careful because it's definitely, I see rain flags again. A little bit, oh man. Yeah, and Xavi looks over his shoulder, sees that they're gapping. He knows that the guy he's got to beat right now, as we see another rider down in the background. He's got to really be able to go out there right now with this clear track and just grind the laps down.
Xavi Forés onto the front straightaway. and he'll wave to the crowd, take the checkered flag, and the win with a stoppie across the line.
Yeah, I was expecting the proper long race, the 37 laps, but the rain came out. We had a couple of red flags. Then the track was drying quite quick. So in the end, they shorted a little bit the race, and we did like 25, 27 laps totally. But still, we had to do the pit stop, and it was quite fun because my team was doing really good job on the pit stop, and that was a tricky point for us in the race. So we got that advantage there a little bit. Then when I went out on the last tire, I was pushing hard, doing some 27s on the pace in order to get that gap, and finally it was worth it, and super happy.
I got a cramp, hold on. Ah, damn, dude. Don't be filming this shit. Ah. All right, let's try it. I pulled up to the pits, to the start, and nobody had. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble.
You were in trouble. You were in trouble.
I was in trouble.
We were telling him you were in trouble.
I was in trouble. Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. We were pretty worried about how the outcome of this race was going to be honest with you. I think not just me, but all of us were having a little bit of tire issues going on. Everybody was going left and right, crashing all over the place. Then the red flag came out, and that one worked in our favor. The sun came out, track got dry, and we stayed on our drive setup. Second in point standings, Xavi's leading now. It's going to be a long season, but I'm ready to put in the work. The team's ready to put in the work. You know, we're still the underdog, I think. We're the underdog of the class, kind of. So we're still learning the team. We're still learning the bike. We're learning how to work together. We get better every time we go out. So it's all a process. Trust the process.
Like he said yesterday, he knows Cam Peterson is there, and the #1 plate of Gagne wants to lead the way. For the first time, and it's a trio of Yamahas and a move being made. Oh, and down goes Cameron Peterson. That Ducati Panigale V4R versus that BMW. That is a lot of horsepower between the two. Looks like Beaubier's going to make a move on Heron. Oh, looks like Cam Peterson.
So that's going to be a problem.
It's Jake Gagne who wins 2 in a row, and here comes the duo, and they nearly collide. Going to the line, and he's back. Oh, yeah. Have a cream of the crop.
A little bit of drama, the team guided me through it. I just had to do things a little differently for the start procedure and the grid and the start. That's why I came up to the grid as the last dude. But then got off to a good jump, little sketchy jump, but I got off to a good jump, came into turn 1. So after that, I was like, okay, I got through that part. Yeah, I think halfway to go, I had a huge moment out of turn 2. Sideways, almost high-sided me bad. Ran over the inside grass, up over the curb, over turn 4. And after that, I'm like, I just got to bring this thing home, man. Yeah, a win is always a good day. So thanks to the team and good times.
Yeah. I mean, I'm obviously really happy to get second, but just kind of sucks that Jake managed to get such a big, gap on us up front. Because throughout the practices, I was able to do 1 or 2 high 22s and stay in the 23s. But once the temperature gets slightly hotter, I've just been losing pace. I don't know why. We need to definitely look at that. But yeah, I mean, myself and Cam got into it in corner 7. I passed him there and thought I had a couple of bike lengths. And yeah, coming out of the final corner, I tucked the fattest front and managed to save it, pushed me out wide slightly. And I kind of thought Cam was a little bit further back, so I was just trying to maybe swerve to make sure that he didn't slip me. Not too happy about the way things were on the final corner there, but I mean, just really happy for the Westby guys to come out on second place and put the Westby Yamaha Racing R1 in second.
Yeah, it was a lot better day. riding-wise compared to yesterday, yeah, I was only one spot better, but felt like I rode a lot better today. My pace was a lot better. Made a couple changes overnight with the Tytler's guys, the BMW guys, and I felt like we made a good step overnight. I felt really good this morning. Got kind of, I was stuck battling with Heron, and he was really good on the brakes, and he had some good spots where he had some good pace. Was finally able to get around him, put my head down, and was able to catch Matty. And we had a good battle to the end. I kind of was just stuck on his rear tire the whole way home because I was struggling really bad with grip there towards the end. And yeah, I got a little close there at the end. Like I said, I don't think he realized I was as close as I was going down the straightaway, but super happy with the third. Congrats to Matty and Jake, they rode awesome today. And bummer for Cam, because I know he was right there. He came out of the pit and it was stuck right on our rear tire the whole race after he tipped over. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun rest of the year and dogfight pretty much every race. And gotta definitely close the gap to Jake. He's riding really good right now, and yeah, see what the next round brings.